China is widely recognized as a global leader in infrastructure development, investing tens of trillions of yuan each year in projects that have set numerous world records. According to China's National Bureau of Statistics, in 2023, total fixed asset investment surpassed 50 trillion yuan, with nearly one-third dedicated to transportation, energy, and urban development. Yet while we admire the scale and speed of these monumental projects, few realize that many initiatives costing hundreds of billions or even over a trillion yuan have ended in operational failure, becoming significant burdens for local governments. Today, we explore 10 of China's most notable infrastructure failures. Number 10. The most catastrophic building. On March 28, 2025, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck central Myanmar, its shockwaves spreading rapidly. The disaster claimed over 1,600 lives in Myanmar and was felt as far away as Bangkok, Thailand. Most shockingly, the newly constructed headquarters of Thailand's State Audit Office in Chatuchak collapsed in just 10 seconds, the only building in Bangkok to completely succumb to the earthquake. The State Audit Office, SAO Technical Building Project, launched in 2020, was built by ITD Krek, a joint venture between Italy Thai Development and China Railway No. 10 Engineering Group, a Chinese state-owned enterprise. This 30-story structure, with a budget of 2.136 billion baht, approximately $62.22 million US, was among Thailand's largest recent infrastructure endeavors. Just last April, China Railway No. 10 celebrated the completion of the building's main structure, touting smooth progress. However, a single tremor triggered an instant catastrophe. By May 1st, 83 people were confirmed dead, and 33 were injured. The rapid collapse and significant loss of life raise a critical question. Why did a modern high-rise in Thailand, far from the epicenter in Myanmar, collapse, and why was it the only building in Thailand to do so? Christian Malaga Chukitaipe, an earthquake engineering expert from Imperial College London, suggests the building likely employed a flat slab construction method, where concrete floor slabs connect directly to columns without horizontal beams. This design performs poorly in earthquakes, akin to a tabletop supported only by legs, prone to fracturing under seismic stress. Bangkok's loose soil, which amplifies seismic waves 3 to 4 times, exacerbated the issue. Notably, many countries have banned this design. China, for example, prohibited beamless slab structures in 2000 due to their seismic instability. The collapse of a Miami apartment building which used a similar design resulted in hundreds of deaths, with investigations revealing further alarming details. Thai authorities uncovered forged signatures in project documents, substandard concrete and steel, and critical structural flaws in the elevator shaft, all contributing to the collapse. These severe issues thrust China Railway No. 10 into intense scrutiny. Ironically, the Sathorn Unique Tower, a relic of the 1990s real estate bubble with its exposed steel frame, has stood for 30 years, while this modern audit building constructed with advanced technology crumbled instantly. This paradox raises serious questions about construction quality and reveals deep flaws in regulatory oversight. Despite Thailand's recent seismic building regulations, experts note that fewer than 10% of the country's buildings are truly earthquake-resistant. Number 9. The most disastrous hotel. Imagine a so-called 7-star hotel in China offering rooms for just 68 yuan a night, roughly $9.5 US. This is the stark reality of the Crown Champion Big Tree Hotel. This ambitious project, with investments exceeding tens of billions of yuan, was intended to be the world's most luxurious hotel complex, but has become Sanya's most tragic landmark. What led to this dramatic decline? Located in Sanya, the Crown Champion comprises 9 tree-shaped high-rise buildings, 7 of which are 5-star hotels and luxury apartments, with one designated as a Platinum 5-star ultra-luxury hotel. This design radiates extravagance, with the complex resembling a forest symbolizing harmony with nature. Backed by substantial investment, the project, originally named Big Tree Mansion, involved Chinese comedian and actor Zhao Benshan. After Evergrande Real Estate took over, it was rebranded as Crown Champion in 2019, aiming to create a premier destination integrating luxury hotels, commercial exhibitions, shopping plazas, leisure, entertainment, and tourism culture. The venue hosted the Miss World pageant and positioned itself as a global hub, aspiring to be among the world's top luxury hotels. Despite an initially aggressive marketing campaign, the project's trajectory was disappointing. Evergrande's well-known financial troubles altered Crown Champion's fate. Once envisioned as Sanya's most luxurious complex, it now stands abandoned due to a lack of buyers. The so-called only 7-star hotel in China offers rooms for just 68 yuan. Guests describe it as a dazzling exterior hiding a neglected interior. Managed as a homestay, the lobby is uncleaned, and the promised luxury and prestige are absent, leaving a rundown, disorderly environment that starkly contrasts its lavish facade. Once a beacon of glamour, it has become a subject of ridicule. Ironically, this project, promoted for its eco-friendly design, deviates significantly from ecological principles. While its tree-shaped form suggests environmental harmony, its artificial aesthetic clashes with the surroundings, creating an uncomfortable pseudo-ecological impression. This contradictory design failed to deliver the anticipated aesthetic appeal, becoming Crown Champion's greatest flaw. Today, it remains in Sanya's core, its dream of luxury reduced to a mirage. Number 8. The most disastrous hydropower station. The Xiaonanhai Dam, situated in Chongqing's Yangtze River Basin, was planned as a major hydroelectric station with a 1,760 megawatt capacity comparable to many large dams, intended to provide substantial energy for Chongqing and beyond. Initially brimming with ambition, its outcome was astonishingly disappointing. Construction began on March 29, 2012, with a projected completion in 2019 and an investment of 37.7 billion yuan. Its immense funding and economic expectations made it a cornerstone of China's 11th five-year plan, carrying significant hopes from the Chongqing government. However, underlying issues emerged from the outset. The dam's proposed site, 40 kilometers upstream of the Yangtze, is a critical water resource area and a vital habitat for rare freshwater fish. Environmental research indicates that the Yangtze Basin hosts 338 freshwater fish species, 189 of which inhabit the dam's proposed area, many unique to this region and nearing extinction. The dam's construction could severely disrupt their habitats, particularly for critically endangered species like the Chinese sturgeon and paddlefish, potentially delivering a fatal blow to their survival. Economic viability was another concern. The Yangtze River Water Resources Commission's studies showed the dam's returns were far below expectations. Its per-kilowatt construction cost of 13,553 yuan was over 3 times that of the Three Gorges, Shiluodu, or Xiangjiaba dams, offering minimal returns for such high costs. Despite these warnings, the project proceeded. During his tenure in Chongqing, Bo Xilai leveraged his influence to push the dam forward, even reducing the Yangtze's nature reserve in 2011 to clear obstacles. Driven by political motives to boost Chongqing's economy, these decisions led the project into an irreversible quagmire. In 2015, China's Ministry of Ecology and Environment canceled the dam's construction, effectively dooming this massive endeavor. Number 7. The most disastrous skyscraper. As urbanization accelerates, skyscrapers symbolize economic progress and modernity. The taller and grander, the more they reflect a city's advancement. The Gao Yin Financial 117 Tower, costing 72 billion yuan, appeared a strong contender in this race. Yet why hasn't it become a Tianjin landmark? In 2008, amid Tianjin's rapid downtown and Binhai new area development, construction of the 117 Tower began. Designed as an ultra-high-rise, it was planned to reach 596.5 meters with 117 floors. It was poised to be the world's 6th tallest and China's 3rd tallest building. By 2015, when the main structure was completed, Gao Yin Group, the primary investor, had invested 40 billion yuan, with a projected total cost of 72 billion yuan. The project garnered significant market attention, with Gao Yin's stock soaring from 5.84 HKD to 27.86 HKD in 2 months. The original plan slated completion for August 2016, but progress stalled after the 2015 topping out. Over the next 5 years, little advancement occurred. By 2021, it remained an unfinished shell, lacking even its glass curtain walls. After multiple halts and restarts, this ultra-high-rise became an archetypal unfinished project. Why did this intended Tianjin landmark reach a dead end? Despite impeccable design and construction, setting records like an 847,000 square meter floor area and a 506 1-meter tower height, its failure stems from significant planning and operational errors. The tower's location in Tianjin's Xiqing district, far from the city center with limited transportation and insufficient commercial and residential infrastructure, led to lower-than-expected demand. Its massive scale and high construction costs resulted in exorbitant maintenance expenses. Without clear market demand, high vacancy rates caused a funding breakdown, halting construction. Gao Yin Group's financial collapse triggered a stock plunge, with market value losses exceeding 100 billion HKD, leading to privatization and delisting in 2017. In 2020, China's Ministry of Housing and Urban-Rural Development and National Development and Reform Commission restricted skyscrapers over 500 meters. While skyscrapers symbolize ambition, without proper planning and infrastructure, they risk becoming mere illusions. Number 6. The most disastrous ghost city. In October 2010, the Yan'an government unveiled an ambitious plan to create Yan'an New Area, spanning 78 square kilometers around Qingliang, Phoenix, and Liulin Mountains, aiming to house 500,000 people and more than double the existing urban area. The government pushed for rapid construction starting in April 2012. However, this grand vision concealed significant risks. Yan'an's lowest terrain is geologically fragile, with soil prone to subsidence when wet. Geologists strongly opposed the mountain leveling project due to potential disasters. Additionally, ecological destruction posed a major issue. Yan'an, a historic Communist Party base, had seen ecological improvements through decades of reforestation. Yet this project devastated the ecosystem, clearing forests and permanently altering landscapes, causing irreversible harm to biodiversity and ecological balance. Despite this, the Yan'an government remained optimistic, viewing the project as a key driver of future development. In reality, progress faltered. In 2012, Yan'an's fiscal revenue was only 13.9 billion yuan, while the project required 100 billion yuan, creating a vast funding gap. The government relied on risky financing through development companies. As funding chains broke, the project stalled. The West Ring Road land development started in 2013, halted due to Zhejiang Yunhai Company's financial collapse and unpaid construction debts. By 2017, government documents confirmed it would not resume despite developing over 9,000 mu of land once planned for key construction. Technical challenges also persisted. Yan'an New Area was the world's largest geotechnical project in collapsible loess, demanding high technical standards. Each step risked unpredictable geological consequences, making the project's failure almost inevitable. Number 5. The most disastrous bridge. Hailed as one of the 7 modern wonders and a pinnacle of Chinese bridge building, why is the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macao Bridge so criticized? The world's longest sea-crossing bridge, costing 126.9 billion yuan, utilized cutting-edge technology and took 9 years to complete, earning global acclaim. Its technical scale and complexity are unparalleled, connecting Hong Kong, Macau, and Zhuhai across the Pearl River estuary, marking a new height in Chinese engineering. Yet, from its opening, the bridge incurred losses, with breaking even nearly impossible. The primary issue is far lower than expected traffic. In 2019, its first year, the bridge saw 5 million vehicles averaging 4,109 daily. At 150 yuan per vehicle, daily revenue was 616,000 yuan, or 2.25 billion yuan annually. Over its 120-year lifespan, total revenue would reach about 27 billion yuan, far short of its 126.9 billion yuan cost, leaving a 119.9 billion yuan deficit. Vehicle restrictions limit access primarily to Hong Kong and Macau residents. Mainland private cars require Hong Kong-Macau permits, licenses, and a UAZ license plate costing 500,000 yuan, restricting access to the affluent. Thus, the bridge mainly serves cross-border travel for Hong Kong and Macau residents, offering little benefit to mainlanders. The original plan included connecting Shenzhen, a city of 20 million with over 3.5 million vehicles. Had Shenzhen been included with relaxed licensing, traffic could have been tenfold higher. However, Hong Kong and Zhuhai's opposition, fearing economic losses, excluded Shenzhen. In this complex political and economic struggle, the bridge's economic viability suffered, transforming a great engineering feat into a significant financial burden. Number 4. The most disastrous chip project. Many scams target individuals, but some audaciously deceive governments, as seen in the Wuhan Hongxin semiconductor project. In 2017, amid China's semiconductor boom and US-China trade tensions, chips became a national priority. The semiconductor industry's high barriers deter many, but Wuhan Hongxin appeared as a bold response. The Wuhan Dongxihu district government partnered with Kaohsiung to establish Hongxin. Despite Chao's lack of semiconductor expertise, He used Beijing Guangliang blueprint to involve the Wuhan government and former TSMC leader Chang Shang-yi in this fictional billion-yuan project. Chang's involvement, given his TSMC and ASML connections, added credibility, enabling Hongxin to acquire a multi-million-dollar lithography machine in December 2019. That year, Wuhan's Development and Reform Commission announced Hongxin's 128 billion yuan investment to build a chip R&D and manufacturing base using a 10-nanometer process, with Phase 2 targeting 7-nanometer chips, a plan hailed as a breakthrough for China's semiconductor industry. However, SMIC, China's leading semiconductor firm, was only producing 14-nanometer chips. How could Hongxin achieve such advanced technology? Funding issues soon surfaced. By December 2019, Hongxin had 15.3 billion yuan, but equipment delays and slow factory progress doomed the plan. In June 2020, Chang left, calling his experience a nightmare. By March 2021, the government acknowledged Hongxin's funding collapse. Employees were laid off by March 5th, a painful end for workers and investors. Hongxin's failure exposed its technical and financial shortcomings and the government's blind support for semiconductors. In 2019, 6 other billion-yuan semiconductor projects, including Nanjing Dacoma and Chengdu Global Foundries, stalled, wasting vast funds and impacting government agencies, financial institutions, and contractors. Number 3, the most disastrous canal. In the 2010s, news of a Chinese company building the Nicaragua Canal captivated the world. Planned for 2019 completion, this monumental project has since stalled, becoming a mere fantasy. Why did it falter? In 2012, Xinhui Group's founder Wang Jing established the Nicaragua Canal Development Investment Company, Limited, forging ties with Nicaragua's government. The project promised a 278-kilometer canal linking 2 oceans, 3 times the Panama Canal's length, with a 360 billion yuan investment and 400,000 jobs. If realized, it would transform global trade and geopolitics. As Xinhui went public, its market value soared to billions, fueled by investor enthusiasm, with China's Social Security Fund among its top shareholders. However, issues emerged. In 2016, Wang and Xinhui faced financial fraud allegations, with media exposing false claims and funding woes. Wang cashed out through share pledges. The 2015 Chinese stock crash strained Xinhui's finances, halting canal progress. Only a 10-kilometer dirt road was built, employing fewer than 30 workers. Wang blamed the stock crash, but Reuters reported Xinhui's plans to acquire an Israeli satellite company, raising doubts. China's foreign ministry clarified in 2013 that Xinhui's involvement was corporate, not government-backed. Yet, the project's association with China persisted. Nicaragua's forced evictions sparked violent clashes, deaths, and imprisonments, plunging the government into scandal. Corruption in Ortega's regime deepened the project's woes. Journalist Sanez noted that despite its exposure as a scam, related government agencies persist, eroding public trust and worsening political tensions. Number 2, the most disastrous real estate. On September 28, 2023, the arrest of Evergrande Group's chairman, Xu Jiayin, marked the peak of its globally shocking collapse. Evergrande's 2.4 trillion yuan debt equates to over 1,700 yuan per Chinese citizen, or 1/3 of China's 2020 GDP, capable of crippling any economy. Since 2000, Evergrande aggressively acquired land, especially in second- and third-tier cities. Its high-leverage financing and aggressive funding tactics briefly made it a top developer. However, tightening regulations and slowing demand exposed its vulnerabilities, with debt repayment struggles revealing flaws in its model. Despite asset sales and investor searches, recovery failed. Evergrande failed to deliver homes, leaving buyers who paid most of their fees unable to move in. Projects like Guangzhou's Evergrande Jiangwan City, due in 2021, remain incomplete, with some owners evicted from temporary housing. Shanghai's Evergrande Yujing Bay stalled, leaving hundreds with undelivered homes. Such cases are widespread. Evergrande's collapse left over 1.62 million unfinished housing units, harming buyers, some of whom invested life savings. Tens of thousands face homelessness. The crisis destabilized China's real estate market, causing social and financial risks. It reveals not only Evergrande's mismanagement but also systemic risks in China's real estate sector, where over-reliance on property created a bubble. Evergrande's fall is a manifestation of deeper industry issues. Number 1. The most disastrous national initiative. Can a grand global infrastructure plan unite nations and foster prosperity? That's the Belt and Road Initiative's vision. But what challenges arise in reality? Launched in 2013, the initiative aims to boost participating countries' economies through infrastructure like railways, highways, ports, and airports, promoting regional integration. However, many countries face significant debt risks. By 2024, Belt and Road debts reached 79 trillion yuan, or 11 trillion USD. Debt is a major challenge, with some countries unable to repay loans. Sri Lanka's Hambantota Airport, despite its prime location, lacks infrastructure, rendering it underused. Expected to attract 1 million passengers annually, it saw just a dozen daily in 2017. Similar issues affect Pakistan, Laos, and Tajikistan, with rising debt-to-GDP ratios pushing many toward crises. The IMF reports 70 low-income countries face a 326 billion USD debt burden, with half in crisis. Asia-Pacific government debt is at an 18-year high, and African nations face mounting pressure. That concludes this video. Which of these 10 failed Chinese projects left the strongest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below.